so good. Everybody was taking a slice, and there was one slice left. Now, you didn't get a slice, so you figure, oh, I'm glad I'm going to get at least one slice of the cake that I brought. But it was somebody else who came up, and they wanted seconds. So they was like, can I get the seconds, And you let them have the seconds, but it's like, dang, it's at the expense of me eating none. And that is so symbolic of the vibe that I was getting, where it's like, during that people-pleasing season, or if you're still in that right now, it's like they would rather you starve while they take double, as opposed to y'all just both equally getting a slice. Okay? But this season, I've been told to tell you, you ain't begging for a slice. You about to take the whole cake. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't begging for nothing no more. You're not begging for what's yours. You're not begging for what you bring to the table to receive a little bit back. You're going to take the whole cake. And if that means they don't eat, they don't eat. You got a very specific group of people who you're supposed to be feeding during this season. And there are people who want to eat who ain't even supposed to be at the table, who ain't even supposed to see the table. They ain't even supposed to be in a room as the table, because the people who gonna be at the table, they would offer you, you know what I'm saying? They would be like, oh, absolutely, I'm not taking the last slice if you didn't eat. Oh, they would be the type of people that would take a slice and put it to the side just to make sure that you get yours. You see, they'll hide it somewhere so that nobody will take it. And when you come, boom, they'll be like, here you go, I saved it for you. Be right there, save it for you, as opposed to trying to take it. And these people, they kind of bold too. Like, can I have the last slice? Like, but I didn't get any, right? I know, but it's so good, I just want another slice. Dang, do you care about? Anyway, I was getting this too. Before I jump too far, let me tell you what I was getting. You have to discern your seasons. This is not the season for the people pleasing, okay? Right? You got a season to be sweet, a season to be nice, a season to be helpful, jump through the fire hoops and break your back, right? This is warrior season. You taking what's yours. You're not begging for nothing, and you're not getting a little slice. You're taking the whole thing. You hear me? Now, you are getting people off your table and out of your energy who disagree with you. Okay, listen, we disagree, but I'm not going back and forth. Okay, those who expect you to explain yourself, those who expect you to give them a slice as you starve, those who have painted you as wrong, and no matter what you do, that's just who you are. You are eternally wrong, and you're getting away from people who purposely misunderstand you. Okay, no more begging for what's yours in this season. You're taking it. You're conquering your land. You're using what God gave you. Okay, so we're gonna be jumping into these vibes to see what more you're doing. What I was getting to is people, they're starting to notice, or they're starting to get it. It's like, oh, excuse me, some people are offended because this is where the turning point starts to happen. When you realize, wait a minute, you just didn't want me to have a slight, like, that don't make sense. I brought the cake and you don't want to let me have a slice? Okay, it starts to click, and then you must move accordingly. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into these vibes. We're going to get a card from the Roses and Romance Oracle deck. Very first card, what do we have? Ooh, wealthy gentleman. All right, people pleasing. I'm getting something about like money connections. Some of y'all could have been financially dependent on somebody, or you think, you afraid that if I don't people please for certain people, then I won't be able to survive, right? Some of y'all might be in survival mode. Some of y'all stuck in relationships. Some of y'all are maybe dependent on somebody to, bring you some money. Now, also, this could be your energy. Like, even if you a woman, some of y'all finna flip so hard, you gonna be a wealthy man. I'm talking about it. The energy is there, like, you know what I mean? No offense, but that's how you're being looked at. They're gonna be looking at you like you the sugar daddy, okay? And for, of course, the men out there, this is what's happening. And also what I'm getting is, this is what happens when you stop people pleasing. Do he look like he there to, like, obey somebody else's orders? Or do he look like he give the orders? Okay? And also, This is like money related in the reverse. I'm saying it in the reverse, where people are always dependent on you for money, right? The money is symbolic for that cake that we were talking about, or money is like the thing. The cake is symbolic, right? Take it how it applies. So let's say that it's money. Well, there it is. So they're milking you. You always need something from you. Always need something. You have wealth energy, whether it's money, whether it's a wealth of ideas, whether it's a wealthy energy. Like people know good things are coming to you. Let's tag on. Ooh, you got a table. Ooh, you got the whole cake. Let us get a slice. This is kind of like they would rather you pay their bills than pay yours. Okay. This is the type they'll laugh at you if your stuff, if you can't do something, or you ain't got the money for it, or if like, let's say your lights get cut off or your gas get cut off, they'll laugh at you. Then you bounce, turn around, become wealthy, and now they begging you to pay theirs. Like, mine gonna get cut off. Can you help me? Let's see what we got. Let's go into the tarot. We're gonna see what we have for the current vibe and energy. People pleasing days are over. People are starting to notice. Ooh, High Priestess, you could feel,
The holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is...
You tapped in. There is a whole nother shift that took place, and I know some of y'all feel it. I know you feel different. I know you feel like, wait a minute, I just tapped into something, and I can feel something, and I know something, and I need to get away from them people. For some of y'all, if you knew, like you're finding out what they were saying, or why they were there, or why they feel the way they feel, you get real quiet. This is what I said. It's not the season to people please and explain yourself. That's part of the people pleasing. They want you to explain yourself. If I can't have a slice, if I can't have the last slice of your cake, I need you to explain why. But this High Priestess, she's not speaking with her mouth. She's speaking energetically. And some of y'all, just by being quiet, you're saying a whole lot. A novel worth of words with pure silence. This is intuition, mystery, and wisdom. This is what you're using. This is what happens when you stop people pleasing. See, when you stop being people pleasing, you can be more authentic, especially spiritually. Because on the inside, you be like, all right, go ahead, eat the last slice. Inside, it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? You frustrated. You mad. Why didn't you notice that I didn't eat? Why didn't you care? And now it's a different vibe. It's like, you did know that I didn't eat, and you didn't care. That's a whole nother, and so now that I'm authentic, like, no, you know what you're doing. You want me to starve. I see you. Okay. As opposed to if I'm in my people pleasing mindset, I'll sit there and say, oh, they didn't notice. How come nobody notices that I don't eat? No, they know. Okay. So now that we moving in that vibe, people please for what? I know what you're doing. No, you can't eat. Matter of fact, give me the whole cake back. You see what I'm saying? That's what we doing. All right, now they sitting there starving. Okay, you done got fed off your own cake, and now they sitting there starving with their hands out. Or that's what's about to happen. That's what this intuition is telling you. Didn't I say too, discerning your seasons? You know what season it is. You know what I'm saying? This is take the whole cake season. Take back what's yours season. Okay, let's see what's going on behind the scenes. Let's talk about something that you don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna put you on right now. Oh, yeah, exactly. 5 of coins. Yeah, you come up a little short there now, huh? What I say? I said, what if the cake was money, wealthy? Well, here they come. They was coming to the ATM all the time. People are starting to notice. Uh-oh, I put my card in. I put it in the pen. I got hit with that decline, but let me try it again. I put my card in, I put it in the pen. I got hit with the decline. Let me try it again. A cycle is just going and over and over. Decline. They starting to notice. They can see it. They can feel it. They ain't got no cake. Stomach is starting to rumble. Okay? So it says broke, struggling, and outcast. What you can't see is that. See, this is what happens when you stop people pleasing. You stop feeding people, right? You stop, quote unquote, giving them the money. You stop buffing them up, fattening them up. You let them get out there on their own, right? You stop letting them feed off your energy. And this is what happens. So spiritually, somebody is broke and they can't tap in. They can't come out of it. No, you just over there wealthy. Somebody going to the ATM, they used to always be able to get from you. Male or female energy taker had applies. They used to always be able to extract from you, to get from you, to take from you. And you took it all back. And this is what it looks like, okay? They was all happy and cheering when you was letting them eat the cake. And you took all your cake back and now you look like this. And they're starting to feel it. They know. I'm feeling somebody's heart starting to race because it's like at the 3 or 4 times of a decline. Decline. Now your heart racing like, wait, I didn't save up for this. I didn't store up any other food. I needed that cake. I need that collective cake. They didn't prepare for this. Let's see what we got, what's going on. What's good, what's positive, what's high vibrational about all of this. Ooh, this card wants to... This card literally jumped up, okay, and I took it. It's the Star card. You know what season it is. And this is, look at this wealthy gentleman. And look at this Star card. This is not the season to tone it down. Don't turn it down. Light it up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying flex. I'm not saying that. But who you are, you cannot deny it anymore. And because you're taking your cake back, right? Because you taking your cake back, when you eat your own cake, you gon' sparkle and shine. You was giving it away. But now that you're taking it back, not only was you giving it away, you was giving it away and begging to receive it. Reciprocity. But when you take it back, collective, this what you look like, a wealthy star, or you're wealthy about to be surrounded by stars. You are the star and you're about to be surrounded by wealthy people. I mean, this is the vibe. This is what happens when you take your cake back. No, you can't have a slice. Well, what I'm gonna eat, I don't know. But not on my table. Okay? Now this star card say, shine, fame, glow.
Cuando el chat en grupo no puede decidir en dónde encontrarse.
Some of y'all think, well, I gotta hide the cake because I don't want nobody else to come ask me for none. Learn how to say no. And remember, I told you, next group of people that God assigned you to, they gonna be putting cake away for you. Surprise for you. Okay? So anyway, what's good about all of this? You discovered what you have and you rolling with it. You took your cake back and now you're shining. The people pleasing left the room. And this is what happened. Ooh, look, hold up. You stop investing in these people who was taking, and you gave it to yourself. Y'all seen the divorce effect on TikTok? How they start off all looking one way because they married and somebody draining the life force out of them. And then you know in the middle of the video, you know exactly when they got divorced. Like, oh yeah, she divorced now, glowed up, beautiful, shining, Helen grew 10 inches. You know what I'm saying? Body, went to the gym, lost 100 pounds. You know what I'm saying? You see them in the cap and gown, they done graduated. You know what I'm saying? Kids smiling, happy, running in the sun. Everything happened when they stopped eating your cake. And you and your people start eating it, okay? You and your real people, all right? You and your kids gonna eat off this cake, okay? Again, I'm seeing the people at the table. I'm seeing the whole table. But these people, they ain't seeing nothing. They seeing a decline. They opening the door, January, it's locked, okay? Let's see what we got that is, what's on the low end? What's the low vibrational thing? What's the thing you gotta watch out for, be aware of, or what these people who was betting on your people pleasing, counting on your people pleasing, what they need to be aware of? What's going on? Ooh. Well, why, of course. How could the devil not show up? Of course. You think they just gonna stop and that's it? Oh, I'm declined. Okay, I guess I'll just go home and, watch a movie. No. Somebody gonna go home. Remember, I told you their heart was already racing. What you mean decline? Decline. I didn't account for this, so now where I'm gonna get it from? Hey, I got a couple ideas for you. You know what I'm saying? It's a temptation, tricks, and bondage. Now, in this position, it would just be temptations, tricks, and bondages. But in this position, it's even worse. Like somebody ready to risk it. Like, okay, well, if I can't have you, nobody can. If I can't be rich and successful, which if I can't stand next to you, then you might not be able to stand, collective. Like it gets pretty, yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And that's how somebody feeling, because this will drive somebody insane. I'm used to getting I've been used to you people pleasing and back bending and jumping through fire hoops for me since forever. That's why I got with you. That's why I hired you. That's why I did this and that. That's why I invested in you. That's why I brought you into my world. And when you realized that was draining and you took it for yourself, this will drive somebody crazy as well. Okay, it's like, dang, you wasn't all that. I just heard you wasn't all that when you was with me. It's like, well, yeah, that's the point. When I got away from you, that's the whole point. Duh. So anyway, what's good? The star. What's bad? The devil. Ooh, new levels, new devils. Except these ones coming from the used to be table. These the cake eaters. There's one thing with a bunch of strangers, but when it's the cake eaters, like, well, I know your past, so I can help twist that around. Okay. And just to let you know, we got 4 temple cards on the table. But look at the extent of the major arcanas. The star, the devil, the high priestess. It's like at least you got more good on your side than evil. You got more gifts, skills, talents in the spirit realm and the physical realm. See, this is what happens when you stop people pleasing and you get authentic, right? Because people pleasing is inauthentic. You don't want to do it. Oh, but I guess I do it for you to do it. You don't have to do it. They can do it themselves. They can find somebody else to do it. They can pay somebody to do it, but you'll do it for free, right? And you don't want to. That's inauthentic. No, I can't do it. But you know who you can call? The handyman. They got some on the internet. You can find somebody. You know what I'm saying? You give them a redirection, but the answer is no. That's authentic. I don't want to. Okay, and so I don't know. Sometimes I know you gotta help people and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not talking about helping people. I'm talking about the people who be trying to eat your cake. And it's constantly eat your cake, eat your cake, eat your cake, eat your cake. But what are you giving me back? You know what I'm saying? Where's the reciprocity? Anyway, when you operate and telling people they can't have your cake, this is what happens. You become a clearer channel of communication. The answers that you're seeking can come to you more clearly when you operate outside of that people pleasing. Okay, come outside. I'm seeing a boxing ring, and like in the boxing ring, people pleasing is constantly fighting against your own free will. You come outside of that ring and stop fighting. Just surrender. I do what I want. Okay, and I don't do what I don't want. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's move forward. The next 7 to 14 days as it pertains to this vibe. We got this in one of yesterday's reading. Same card, same energy moving forward. I told you the people who are going to be sitting at your table next, they're going to put the cake away. Now see, they at a party. It's some cake in there. Somebody say, you know what? I don't think the collective ate, so let me go ahead and take a slice and put it away. I'm going to put this like in a stove or something, microwave, or put it, somewhere in the fridge. I don't know. They're going to put it somewhere safe so that you get a slice, right? And so anyway, say party, squad, fun. The people who are coming next, maybe next 7 to 14 days, you'll see those people. Maybe those people are not people who you physically talk to. Maybe you'll have some type of Zoom meeting or join some type of club on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? And you learn things. I don't know. I'm in all kind of clubs on Facebook. So for me, that's what I feel like becoming my new groups and my people. And it's just like, dang, and my mind expands and I open up and I see and I learn things or whatever. So whether it be physical people or whether it just be things that get deposited into your vortex. Okay, these are things that are gonna help push you forward. All right, and it says party squad fun, so it's fun, it's more lively, it's not that burning in flames type energy. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. Pop the champagne. This is what happens when you stop people pleasing, right? I said the day at the table, y'all was at the table, but at this table only equal energy can sit, even if it's a table of one, because that's the ace. So you starting with you starting with where you are, and you know that there's more to come, but it all starts with that people pleasing, letting that go. Okay, so this says overflow, renewal, and abundance. You're not just going to get the slice, you're gonna get the entire cake. Okay, pop the champagne. What does it look like? Overflow, abundance, star card, wealthy gentleman. I mean, you think about a cake that would feed a whole party. You take the whole cake, yeah, that's overflow. You're gonna get your slice, and you're gonna have slices for, the next few days. You know what I mean? And you know how I'm saying, you taking cake symbolically. So yeah, y'all, get ready to live your life outside of people pleasing. And I'm here today to tell you, so many other things are gonna unfold. It's gonna be unreal, and it's gonna feel real good. Okay, so that's what I give to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Wish you guys